guys, it's Megan. I'm back. I know it's been a while since I've seen you all. I'm excited to get to show you all the goods today. Talk about all the things I've been doing since I last visited with you all. It's been a crazy busy summer. I hope you guys have enjoyed your summer, and I'm looking forward to fall because in Texas it is still a billion degrees. I'm starting this video off from my sewing chair in my new quilting room, and in a moment I will move over to my cutting table, and that's going to be the area where I show you guys my whips, my haul, all the good stuff. But to get started today, there's a little bit of housekeeping business, whatever you want to call it or refer to it. It's uncomfortable. I'm going to speak from my heart because that is what many of you have reached out and have all said, that just be truthful, just speak from the heart and let it go. So, with that being said, many of you know me previously from videos with Lisa, the Sassy Southern Stitchers, and unfortunately that floss tube has now ended. I was completely blindsided by those actions, and it is what it is. I'm not going to say that there hasn't been some dark days leading up to that moment, because there had. And there are a handful of really close stitching friends that have known of the situations behind the scenes. And even though they encouraged me to speak about it, talk about it, I just didn't feel like it was going to be a healthy situation. So there was some time that had passed, and of course, like I mentioned, it's been a busy summer. It's hard. There are very few people in this community that have been in my position, and I don't wish it upon anyone. I did feel like the ball was left in my court. As many of you have mentioned, I was not talked about on her floss tube. Like I was never, I'd never existed. But, so, many of you encouraged me to speak on it and get it out there and let it be done. And that way there's healing, and we can move on. So, last weekend, I spent the weekend in Baton Rouge moving my son into college, and at LSU. We're super excited for him. He's doing great this week. But it was a lot emotionally, physically. The humidity's a beast there. It's brutal. So I was exhausted by Sunday when it was time to come home. On my way home, we were about an hour out from home, and my phone started going crazy, Instagram messages, and I, in the moment, thought, wow, the group text is really hot tonight. Who knows what they're talking about in there? It could be something hilarious. I got home, helped my parents get all their things moved to their vehicle and on their way to head back to their house. Started watering the yard, checking the mail, all the good stuff. And I received a phone call from a close stitching friend. And she wanted to know, her first question, first thing out of her mouth was, I need to check on you. Are you okay? And I said, yeah, it's a lot. And this is my third kid going to college, but it's the first one that's gone so far away, but it's going to be great for him. You know, all the things. And she said, I'm glad to hear that. However, that's not what I'm referring to. She proceeded to tell me there was a solo floss tube recorded. And I explained to her that even though I was blindsided, I knew that something was happening because the previous evening in the hotel, I had received a security alert from Google telling me that all of the passwords that we shared for our accounts had been changed. In the moment, I checked to make sure that our accounts weren't being hacked or anything, and unfortunately, it was her changing the passwords to everything. So, there's nothing I could do, but I knew something was coming. So, After we got off the phone, I checked my Instagram messages. There were 32 people who so graciously took the time to reach out to check on me, to make sure, first of all, that I was still okay, because most people know I have health issues, and since it wasn't discussed, they wanted to make sure that I was okay there. The words of kindness and positive affirmations and all the things that you guys took the time to tell me were just, I'm never going to have the words to say thank you enough. So gracious. Thankful for you all. It means a lot. Some of you guys I've known for quite some time. Some of you guys I've known, just met, at a couple retreats. And many of you I've never met before. You just know me from my previous false tubes. And I'm so glad that I was able to connect with you enough to where you would have, where you would reach out to me. So thank you. In those late hours that Sunday, it was emotional. But I got up Monday morning and thought, I'm going to have to work through this. Of course, there's several stages of grief and grieving and all the things. And Monday morning, of course, I was bitter. Who wouldn't be? You want to say all the nasty things. You want to be negative. You want to just cuss and scream and whatever. But I was stopped in my tracks when I walked into my quilting room. I had not been in here for well over a week since before I left. And sorry. When I walked through the door, I was greeted by something that was laying on my table, and it just punched me in the gut. My whole entire life, my grandmother was my best friend. This month has been 14 years since she's passed. When I was in high school, I called her almost every day. She lived in Louisiana. Of course, I'm in Texas. I told her everything. It didn't matter how hard it was. She would listen. She would tell me the good, the bad, the ugly, all the things. She never judged me. She would listen to all the drama for the dance team in high school. And she was just always a positive light in my life. But when I walked in my quilting room that day, this was laying on my cutting table. And I knew she was here in that moment to comfort me. My entire life, my grandmother would preach this to my cousin and I. And she would say, pretty is as pretty does. I made this several years ago for my niece's baby shower as part of the decor, because my niece was named after my grandmother. And I knew that she would want me to handle all this with grace, no matter how broken or nasty it was. And I said, Mama, I hear you. So, with that being said, I'm sorry to lay this all out there for you guys. I just hope that at this point forward, everything's good, great, and healing for both. So, onwards and upwards. I will see you at the table. Surprise! So, I'm just going to jump right in. Hopefully I can remember how to drive this train and pick back up where I once was. I've had quite some time off, so bear with me. I've got some notes here, and hope you have something to drink, something good to stitch, and sit back and enjoy our time together. I'm sitting at my new quilting table, and I'm hoping to get a video soon with a quilt room tour. I'm so excited about this space. I still have a lot of things to do, some curtains to sew, just some different things, but I'm hoping to get all that stuff done now that school's back in session and things are kind of slowing down a little bit. So, what has happened since I seen you guys last? Let's see, graduation in May. I think I last saw you guys in May. So graduation in May, we had Aiden graduated from college with his associates, and then he transferred to a new college. He starts that this week at UT Tyler. He and his girlfriend got an apartment, and so he hasn't been home for the summer, so that's why I got a quilting room. But he's doing really well. He's been doing ride-alongs with the game wardens, been exposed to a lot of interesting scenarios this summer. You know, Texas lakes can be dangerous, so he's been exposed to some things. And it's been a really good learning experience for him. So, yeah, he's doing well. So, Cutter graduated from high school. He starts official class tomorrow for school, but he's been at LSU for a week now, and they had welcome week. But he did call me right before I started shooting, and he said that he received an official early bid for a fraternity that he was rushing for. He had 2 on his list, and it was one of the 2, so he was satisfied and took the early bid. So I'm excited for him for that. I know it's stepping out of his comfort zone because Cutter's kind of my shy kid, so proud of him for doing that. Let's see, what else? You know, we went and did his dorm room, and I can just say this. If you got a daughter that is going to be going to college within the next couple years, Lord, you better start shopping now. I saw these U-Haul trailers pulling up with furniture to build in these dorm rooms. These girls go all out, and I got tickled because one mom said, you know, I have enough fuzzy pillows and twinkly lights to start my own home goods, but do you think that she packed a single school supply? And when she mentioned it in the dorm, 2 of the other roommates also had to go with them to Target to get school supplies because they didn't have any either. So I thought that was funny. Beckett finished his freshman year. He has already started school. They start school early this year because starting in September, we will drop Mondays from our schedule and go to 4-day school weeks. So that's going to be interesting. He has these big dreams that we're going to go and jet set off to New York or wherever on his extra days with his 3-day weekends. You know, I guess dream big, but that's not going to happen. But we'll be excited to see how that works. And he started marching band. We have football games starting actually this coming week, so hopefully the heat will start coming down a little bit. I doubt it will, but we'll just keep hoping for that. Alexis got into her funeral director program with the college that she applied for. She was originally waitlisted. Then apparently that's a really, I guess, in-demand class to get in. But since she had already had some previous prereqs completed, they were able to vote her up on the waiting list, and she officially got word last week that she was accepted and starts this coming week for school. So, yeah, that's exciting for her. And she's ready for a new change in her life, so I'm hoping that this is going to be a good fit. Just going to try to go in order. June. We're going to go to June. June was StitchCon, and if you've ever been to StitchCon, you know StitchCon is StitchCon. And I'm sorry, I'm holding my throat. I know many of y'all know I have speech problems, and it just kind of helps, so bear with me. Again, StitchCon is StitchCon. It's a rip-roaring good time. You come all excited, you leave exhausted, and that's the whole point. We were able to meet new friends, catch up with old friends, you know, all the fun things. And 2 of our friends, Taylor and Paula from Texas, got to come with us, and they had a blast. We rented a minivan. It was a good time. So, other than that, you know, we did some shopping along the way. And I'll show you some of that in my haul in a minute. And I think that's all about StitchCon. Let's see. July. In July, I went to the Primrose Retreat at Stitch Etc. in Farmington, Missouri. And it was so fun. That's the second retreat I've got to attend with Primrose. And they're just always so nice and polite. They come and sit at the table. You get some one-on-one time, so that makes it enjoyable. They did... Let me show you. We did get this beautiful bag that has the pattern and all the floss and all the goodies and all the things in here. But if you can see that, that's the bag. It's got the Stitcher's Gonna Stitch. And I'm hoping to start this soon so I can get it going. But they passed out a lot of fun stuff at the retreat. And Kim's shop is really cute. They have lots of good models to look at. So that was fun. But the best part about that trip was I got to hang out with my OG Stitchy friend Amber Cisco. We don't get to see each other very often. We talk all the time. And also her sister Gina joined us. And it was just a fun time. We rented an Airbnb. We had a blast. And that's probably what we're going to do from now on because it's just so relaxing. We all had our own room and we came in, put our nightgowns on, stitched, watched TV, and just had a good time. On the way up there, I was supposed to stop in between Arkansas and Missouri to stay the night before I finished the rest of my drive. And Amber called me and she's like, where are you at? And I told her, and she's like, girl, you just come on to my house. This is like a 45-minute, jog out of the way. So she and her husband, Gene, opened their home to me that evening. It was so nice. And she made me a home-cooked meal. We had a good time. I got to meet her kids, Heidi and Hayden, and her sweet little daughter, Tilly Jean. She's just a hoot. And she showed me all around their little town of Alton, Missouri, and it was a blast. Her husband had a little medical issue. He had to go to the doctor that evening when I got there, so I stayed behind at the house, which is fine. But what I found was really funny, Amber and I talk all the time, FaceTime, and she's always sitting in her Stitchy chair, so I'm used to seeing her in that position, but when she was gone that evening, I sat in her Stitchy chair and stitched. And it was just kind of weird to sit in someone else's Stitchy spot, but it was fun. I was so thankful that they opened their home, and we had a good time. I can't wait to see her again soon. Let's see, what else in July? I'm sorry if you hear two cats fighting. I don't know what it is. Every time I come in here, my cats think they have to lay at the door and sing the song of their people, and then they start fighting. So I apologize if you hear them carrying on. So after Stitch Etc. came back, and Holly from Mrs. Jones Stitches contacted me, and she and Becky, which is Crafty Mimi of 6 on Floss Tube, they were coming headed back to Oklahoma from a retreat in Waco, and I'm right in between there. So she reached out and asked if we could meet for lunch, and of course I'm not going to turn that down. I love meeting new Stitchy friends, and we just had a great time eating lunch and carrying on and conversation, and we stayed there for quite some time, and so we look forward to getting another time where we can sit and talk. Actually, we just found a retreat that we're going to get to go to in 25, so it'll be good to be able to finally sit down and have more time to catch up and enjoy each other's company. So that's going to be fun, and it's a place I've never been before, so I'm super excited about that. And my friend Erin, that I haven't seen since last summer at the barn, she's going to get to come too. So lots of fun things happening. Let's see. August. August is hot. We moved Cutter into his dorm. We had the renovators come and do flooring, all kinds of things, quilting room, and of course things in the house as well. But just trying to go through. We had a garage sale. I've been decluttering my entire house, getting rid of so much stuff. So that's felt good in the middle of all the chaos, just to get rid of so many just junk. It's amazing. My husband and I talk all the time how when we first got together, we didn't have anything. And it's so funny how quickly things accumulate and multiply in your house. And then you're just like, where did all this stuff come from? But it's nice to get rid of a lot of things and donate some things and whatnot. So, let's see. What else do I have on there? I'm going to go ahead and jump into show you guys what my whips and what I've been working on. I think it was in May. There was a building block sale. It's been so long, I so apologize. But there was a sale going on where basically you work on like a big chart that's got several little pieces, like a country cottage or, anything like that. So my chart that I started stitching was the Country Cottage Needlework Snow Village. Now, I am stitching this on a limited edition blue color by Color and Cotton, and I have also picked my own flosses. I hope you can see that. I'm going to do the best I can to hold things up for you guys. I did find a bunch of extra quilt bindings, so I'm going to make some more of the Lori Holt display boards for my bigger pieces for me to be able to hold up so you guys can see. But that's all I got done. I didn't get a lot of stitching done in May, and I have a funny story about this. The last day, I think it was in May, I was just stitched along. I had a day off that day, and so I was just going to town, stitching. And Alexis came in there, and I had asked her if she would so kindly bring me one of my protein shakes so I could take my morning medicine. And she did, and she, sometimes, you know, I ask my kids to open it for me because my hands don't always work, but, you know, I didn't know that she had opened it. Normally they open it and then put the cap, you know, back on. Well, it didn't get tightened down all the way. And it wasn't her fault, so she handed it to me, and I tossed it up on the side of my bed. And a few minutes passed, and I had to get up to do something. And I had taken this and thrown it on the bed. When I came back, I reached over and picked up the chocolate drink, and the protein shake went everywhere. And if you know anything about chocolate protein shakes, they stain. I don't know what's in those things, but nothing, no spray and wash, no Dawn, no nothing takes that stuff out. I have so many shirts with little chocolate stains on them from protein shake, but it went all over my cross stitch, and I was like, oh my goodness. I was like, don't panic, because I knew she was panicking. She's a stitcher too, so she knew how much I had gone into this. But I was able to take some cold water and get the majority of it out. You can't really tell. There's a little spot I can tell right in here, but I had not stitched the big snowflakes that are supposed to go there. So when I stitch those snowflakes, it's actually going to cover up that. So that kind of worked out, luckily. This is, I think I already told you that, limited edition 28 count by Color and Cotton that I picked up. Next up is during, I think it was Christmas in July. Maybe. Sorry, it's been crazy. I worked on my Bent Creek Christmas mantle, and I didn't do a whole lot, but I did get some done. I worked and I finished this green stocking and put in this garland right here. Let me see if I can fold that and give it a little better. I love stitching with these pearl cottons. They're really fast when you're stitching with them. I just need to get these done. I think I have all of the ones in the collection except for one. And need to put some time in on those so I can get them done. That was a kit that I picked up at Silver Needle. They sell the kits for those. And I forget what the fabric, some kind of linen, or not linen, burlap type fabric. But they're fun to stitch, so if you get a chance to look at those at Silver Needle, I suggest do that. My next, oh, that's the wrong bag. My next whip up is the, this is an OG pattern that Lizzie Kate's had forever, but I've always wanted to start it. It is the Christmas Rules. I don't have a very big start on it. I worked on it one day when I was at Boxcar Quilt Stitching, and this is on 36 count Crystal Glacier by Picture This Plus. This is also converted to my own colors, of course, Color and Cotton. You know, I think if Color and Cotton had a gang, I would be like their VP of their gang, because I just love, I love their floss, I love their fabric, I love all of it. So, I just can't get enough of all their stuff. But this is my little start. Sorry, guys. One day I'll be able to hold all this up better. Sorry. So that's that. I might change a couple colors that I had already picked out. We'll see how time progresses into that. You know, I'm bad about doing that, picking out some things and then readjusting some colors later. And also, if you're interested in any of my color conversions, you can reach out to me prior to. But once I finish a full project, then I'll post it on Instagram with all the information linked down, or, you know, listed down below, so that you guys can see that if you're interested. Some people are. Let's see. Sorry, I'm take a drink. When you haven't done this for a while, it's can be intimidating. Okay. Next up is the Plum Street America's Welcome. I'm stitching this on, I hope there's not a glare on that, I'm sorry. 36 count raw natural. Now before I show you guys this piece, I am doing the color and cotton conversion. But don't gasp. I know many of you are going to be like, oh my gosh, but if you know me, this is not uncommon for me and ask Teresa because she knows how many times I've restarted Kringles. But, and there's a thread just tucked around in here. I started this with one thread and I've done a pretty good amount. However, I just don't feel like I'm getting that puffiness coverage that I like. Now, sometimes on 36 count using one thread, I can get that, but this fabric's just not allowing that to happen. So I'm probably going to restart this, and start it with 2 threads, still on the same fabric. And I think, let's see, Floss Floss and Cousins, Kelly and Christy did a video a few videos back where they destashed a lot of their whips and stuff. And I too am going to follow in their footsteps. I have a lot of things I need to destash. Whips mostly. I'm also going to start a destash page on Instagram for fabric and things. There's a lot of charts that I'm probably never going to stitch. And I'm not interested in making a fortune, so I just want the stuff gone. So be on the lookout probably within the next month or two for that Instagram. I'm just going to make an Instagram page for destash. But I am going to do a floss tube where I show whips and whatnot, and probably bags too. I need to get rid of some bags. I know that sounds crazy, but you know, you just need to rotate and update some things. And I have too much stuff. So I need to get rid of some things and pass it on to some people that want to take it on and adopt it and love on it. Now, the other whip I have should be a finish, but it will be finished this evening. I have to take Beckett tomorrow to the orthodontist. He's getting his braces off. That's exciting after all this time. And so I just have a little bit left. Now, this is the reason why, sorry, I know I have this bag down here. I'm stitching this on 36 count fabric by Stephanie Driftwood. I love this fabric. I'm going to have to get some more of it sometime because I do want to stitch another Halloween piece on this fabric. This is also converted with, I think, majority Classic Colorworks. There's one color and cotton, or no, I'm sorry. This is all color and cotton except for one Classic Colorworks and one Weeks Dyeworks. Sorry about that. This is why I always make working copies of my charts. This is Teresa Kogut's Halloween Stamper. I'm going to show it to you in just a second. I have just a small amount left, but I have worn this book out, flipping it all around. It's just coming apart at the seams, literally. So I'm going to have to fix that before I pass it down to Alexis. However, there's a bunch more cute little charts in here that I want to stitch before I give it to her. But I've been working my tail off on this piece. I started it at StitchCon in June. I only did one letter, and I started it with one thread, but when I came home, I decided I wanted to do 2. So I picked out that one L in the Halloween and restarted it with 2 threads, and I really love it. It's probably one of my top 5 favorite stitch pieces I've ever worked on. So I have just 2 little sets of flowers on the border, and like right here, and then a cat and a half over here to do, and then of course a little bit of the back stitching, and I just love it. This is, I couldn't have, I mean, that fabric is just gorgeous, and yeah, I'm excited to have that frame the next time you see it. Hopefully I'll have it back from the framer. I'm going to drop it off tomorrow when I'm in town with Beckett. What's next? Okay, I had one finish it's a small finish. And when I picked this up out of my whip pile, it might have had 20 stitches left, but nonetheless, it's done. I don't know if I'll ever FFO it. I don't know if I do, how I will, but it just needs to get done. Let's see if I can get this guy to stick up here. It's smaller, so it may. This is the Lori Holt Farm Girl Fall, Vintage Farm Girl Fall, however the words are. You know what I'm talking about. I think when I picked it up, I just had the acorn section left, and so I got that done, and it's stitched on a 10 count oatmeal or something like that. And this is stitched with 4 threads. I thought I was crazy when I was having to pick some things out. I was like, what am I doing? But sure enough, the directions did say 4 threads. So there's that. Now, what else? Are y'all ready for some haul? Because I have quite a bit. Now, I'm not going to show you everything. I'm just going to show you kind of the top, and we're talking about 3 months of visiting some stitch stores and all that kind of stuff. So, bear with me. Let's see. When I was at Color and Cotton, I actually got to go to Color and Cotton twice this summer. Once during StitchCon, and then once when I went to the Primrose Retreat in Missouri. I drove up there with Amber and Gina, and it was their first time at the shop, so we had picked out a couple things when we were there that day. But one of the things that I converted into my own colors and kitted up was this Plum Street Stars pattern, and I do believe that it has a companion piece to it by Shakespeare Peddler, and it's the stripes pattern. And I'm going to stitch this on this piece of 36 count Winter Brew. And I hope these colors can show up, but these are the colors I picked. I don't know if you can see all that. I'm excited for those. So that's the first thing I got. Let's see. I didn't go crazy at Color and Cotton this time because I already am, I have so much of their floss from being in the club for so long. But I think that might be just about all I got from there. I may have got a handful of other like basic color flosses that I ran out of. Let's see. So at StitchCon, I think on the way home, Michelle Quilts was having a sale for her bags, and of course she's one of my favorite bag designers. So Taylor had never been able to snag any of her bags, so I told her, let's set our alarm, and we did. So she was able to grab some bags, and I was able to grab 2 bags that morning, and aren't these just gorgeous? Look at those colors. The quality is just top notch. I love it. So I got those. I might have to turn on the air conditioner. I feel like I'm feeling like a glazed donut glistening. I'm sweating. Let's see. When we went to I guess on the way home from StitchCon, we stopped at Silver Needle, and I picked up a couple charts, a little bit of fabric. I picked up Bent Creek's Season of Change row, and I saw the model to this in the store. I'm sorry if you can't see that. It's kind of far away, but I'll work on this whole video setup as time goes on. So I thought that was cute. The next one is All Hallows Eve by Blueberry Ridge. Beautiful pattern. Love that fabric. I don't even know what fabric. It doesn't say. Or if it does, it's too small and I can't read it because I don't have my glasses on. But anyway, cute pattern. Erica Michaels Second Spring. Another fall pattern. I'm really into the fall stitching right now. Next up is the Praiseworthy Stitches. Jingle All the Way. I picked up that pattern, and then also this piece of 40 count light denim to stitch that on. Isn't that beautiful? It's folded weird, but anyway, you get the gist. Also got this piece of Brenda's Brew, just a really good neutral color to stitch on. I picked up 40 count. I've never stitched on 40 count, but I think I had high expectations that day. So hopefully when I pull this out, my expectations of thinking I can do that are still as high. So Pray for me on that. Well, I don't know. Sometimes I get crazy in that fabric store. I saw this sweatshirt the other night. You know, when I can't sleep at night, that's when you do online shopping. I know many of y'all are in the same boat, you know, doing the same thing I am. But anyway, I saw this sweatshirt and it had a girl in there and she had a stack of fabric and it said fabric floozy. And I thought, well, gosh, if that ain't me, because I don't know what it is when I go to that CrossFit store thinking I need to buy more fabric. That's the last thing I need is fabric. So here's another piece of 40 count, but it's pretty. Silver Fox. Look at that. So cute. Let's see. When we were at StitchCon, when we first got there, we went to the Craft Gallery, which is another one of my favorite stitching stores because they have some of the best customer service in the industry. Paula is just super nice, and I still have something I wanted to have her frame before they left the shop, I think in October, so it may be too late, but I might call them today. Or tomorrow. Today's Sunday. Tomorrow, when they open. We did go, like I said, we went to Craft Gallery and we got to meet with Callie and Christy, Floss Bells and Cousins, and you know, with them it's always a good time. There's always shenanigans to be had. So that was a lot of fun. I could spend all day in there. I just want to shop and then sit and stitch in the back because it's just a fun atmosphere to be there involved in. So I have never purchased any Glendon's Place patterns because, you know, there's a saying that says, you know, don't ever judge a book by its cover. And I really, truly believe that that applies to floss stitch charts as well, because there's been so many charts that I've passed up along the way that I thought, you know, that's really not my taste. It's not really something that catches my eye. And then I'll see someone stitching it or show it on FlossTube, and I really just am like, okay, I've got to have that, like, yesterday. I need to have it. So with Joy from the Carolina Stitchers and Missy, Two Needles Pulling Thread, stitching on so many of the Glendon Place the past year, they've just opened a whole new world for me on that. So there's a couple more charts I want to purchase they didn't have in stock, so I'll be tracking those down sometime soon. One of them is the, I think it's called Ornaments All Around. Could be wrong. But I picked up this piece of A Girl's Best Friend. Isn't that the cutest name? No, this is an opalescent fabric. It probably won't show on camera, but I did purchase this fabric for that. And they, like I said, didn't have the chart, but I'll be purchasing that soon. And the lighting in here is just so bright. My handy woman, she came in and did all this wonderful work, and she installed this light. I just love it. It has a touch dial. It goes up and down so you can dim the lights and whatnot. But when you have it on high, it's on high. So, sorry for the glare if there is one. But, Glendon Place, sorry. I also picked up, Sleepy Hollow. Woo. I have a beautiful piece of fabric already in my stash that's going to go on, but it comes with some of the specialty flosses and beads and whatnot in there. So, I just love it. Beckett is my Halloween kid, so whenever he grows up, takes off, he's going to take all my Halloween charts and stuff. I've already told him he could have all that. Another one is Frank's Family Portrait. It too has some of the doodads and whatnot, but isn't that cute? I picked up a piece of fabric, I think, when we were at Stitch West, that's kind of tie-dye like that. I think that would look good on that, so. Another pattern I picked up was the Autumn is as Joyful by Leela Studios. I love this pattern. I'm going to also convert the colors to color and cotton flosses, and I think I have a couple that just came in the monthly club that are going to go good. Go good for that. So hope you can see that and it wasn't a glare. The last chart is a book I picked up. It's Teresa Kogut's Harvest Friendship. I love this chart on the front. It's just cute. And of course there is several different charts in here that are also just as adorable. So I can't wait to stitch this. I'm really feeling the fall stitching right now. And normally I don't stitch in season. So it is what it is. We just do what brings us joy. Couple of pieces of fabric I picked up. 36 count. you know, no, they didn't write the name on this. I don't know. It's like a stormy gray. It's really pretty. Of course, you can never go without getting some raw natural. Got a half yard of that because I stitch a lot of things on that. And then here's a really good dark neutral. This is 40 count. Again, 40 count. I don't know what I'm thinking. Sometimes I just swear I lose my mind. This looks kind of green on camera, but it's really like a dark brown, really good neutral dark brown. Granite. Sorry if I didn't say that. Okay. Picked this up from 123 when it became available. I love that sampler on the front. I think it's called 1776 sampler. And there are seven other cross stitch patterns in this book, and this is on my 2025 to start list, added to my rotation. I love it. It's beautiful. Okay, there's not a whole lot left, so bear with me. Sorry. I'm gonna show these little guys. So this is, if you don't follow Lori or watch her floss tube, Lori Wilson Thread Milk Designs, you're missing out. She's just so fun, so sweet. I picked up a bunch of these floss drops. There's Patriotic, Christmas, and then like a 50 pack of different ones. I just love these. They're adorable. Kind of old and vintage and just cute. So there's those. This is also from another floss tuber. If you don't watch Sally Yoon and you love colorful Pyrex, fun, positivity, she's the one. She's so sweet. She showed these, I think, on a floss tube or a Instagram reel. But these are from Adam Hart Cross Stitch. And the lady who owns that shop's name is Jackie. She's really nice. She also has an Instagram with all kinds of stuff. But these are floss drops. This color is called Purple Haze. It has like an iridescent, glittery, they're thick acrylic. There's a big hole at the top for your floss, and then there's also one on the side. I don't know if you can see that, for your piece that you're currently working with. So I can't wait to put these in a Halloween project and get something up with these. They're really nice. But Sally has the wealth of knowledge on Pyrex and glass vases, and Amber and I were just talking recently, like, she says every time I go to like a thrift store and I see a piece of glass, I'm like, is that something I need? Because Sally really gets your mind going on some of this stuff, but she has a wealth of knowledge, and I love everything about how colorful her stuff is. And, you know, her voice, I think she should take up doing audiobooks, reading children's books, because she has just like that bubbly voice. If I was a kid, I would just follow along every word if she read to me. So, let's see. What else? I do have a chart. I can't show it because it's just a chart. There's not a cover sheet. But Brianna Lentz, I know most of you probably follow her on FlossTube. She has a lot of good videos, but she just offered a free chart. It's a Beetlejuice chart. If you love Beetlejuice like I do, it's so cute. And Maggie Murphy, I cannot think of her Instagram handle right now, but I know it's Maggie Murphy, but it's called something else. I don't know, Home on the Range or something like that. I don't know why that sticks in my mind, but she shows a video tutorial where she does this picture frame, then she makes it stripes black and white so it looks like Beetlejuice, and it just complements the piece very well. So if you get a chance, take a look at that, and then take a look at Brianna's blog for the free pattern download. Let's see. I think there is... Sorry. I did purchase this when I was at... I'm going to have an avalanche in a minute. When I was at Stitch, etc. I've wanted this board for quite a long time. And actually, instead of inserting a picture, I probably have a screenshot. Let's see. I hope you can see it. But this piece was at Stitch, etc. It's the Lori Holt Halloween little, I don't know what you call her little mini things, but anyway, I just love the color choices on all that, and that's what I'm going to put on this little board I picked up. So I don't know if I'll stitch that this year because it's already getting too close, but for sure by next year. let's see. Now, this is another chart that also falls in the same category of don't judge a chart by its cover, because I've seen this chart here, there, a couple times, but if you ever get a chance to see someone stitching this chart, or see it at a trunk show, tell me it doesn't just draw you in, because wow, I think Paula was stitching on this one day when we were at the library, and I immediately got online, ordered it, the chart and the fabric from Rogue Fabrics, and of course while I was on their website I ordered a couple more pieces, you know, fabric floozy and all. So I ordered, I believe this is the called for color, Joy Lynn, and if it's not the called for, this is what Paula was stitching it on. Either way, it was gorgeous. But this is called A Study in Nature, and it's a moth, and I love moths. I wrote a book in 6th grade called, a children's book called Megan the Moth. I still have it, and so anyway, I want to stitch this. I purchased this. However, while I was on there, there's just so many pretty fabrics from Atomic Ranch that you can't resist. So I have also ordered, now, not for this, but I ordered this piece of Artemis. It's a beautiful purple. Look at that. Look at all that variegation in that color. Beautiful. Then I ordered a piece of Esmeralda. It's a really pretty, like dark bluish green, more green than blue, but gosh, if that doesn't say like, I don't know, ghosty pirate ship or something. I don't know, it's pretty. But I did order this. Purple's my color, and I found this piece of, now this is kind of just a rough draft of what I'm thinking. Ravenna, whatever it's called, it's beautiful. And also converting my own color conversion to color and cotton floss. This is kind of what I picked out so far. There are one or two I'm still not sold on, and one or two that I still have not kind of picked out. So, but that's what we're starting with, and I'm excited to start that. That may start pretty soon, within the next month. Get that going and put into my rotation. When I picked up that chart, or ordered that chart, I also ordered another of the Artsy Housewife chart, Pretty Bird. I love this chart, so it's probably going to be a pretty quick stitch, but I'm going to also convert my own colors for color and cotton floss and do something a little bit different than that. I have a pile of stuff. Let's see. This last one little doodad, I say last. I've been making a lot of Lori Holt's ironing boards. She has a tutorial on her floss tube about making the portable ironing boards. I have one big one for my cutting table, and then one over by my sewing machine when I'm pressing while I'm piecing. And so, super easy tutorial. While I was at IKEA one day, I found this. It's a Lazy Susan. It's really nice. It's I want to say it's less than 20 bucks, but it may even be less than $10. But it is really smooth, really nice. I thought about painting it because normally I have a whole collection of Lori Holt's. This is her newest one, the Autumn Tin Mug. But I have all of her tin mugs in my collection, and I normally, have them by my sewing machine with all my pins and whatever those pins are called that you sew with, it rubs off with iron, friction pins. Anyway, I keep all that stuff over there, and I thought that I would use this Lazy Susan, put all my cute little Lori Holt cups with my scissors and all the doodads, and then it would just be accessible to get what I need from the corner of my sewing table. However, I'm thinking about going back and buying another one of these because I thought I could probably use that Lori Holt tutorial to recover one of these with the same scenario. And sometimes when you're doing a quilt box and you're ironing, you need to move it around or whatever. Instead of picking it all up and readjusting or whatever, you can just kind of turn it or whatnot. So I thought maybe that might be a project I want to do. Maybe it would work. I don't know. We'll see. But it's an idea. Sorry, I gotta take a drink. I did purchase a bunch of this decorator's fabric. Decorator's cloth. Decorator's something. Lori Holt from Fat Quarter Shop. I just love all her stuff. But the decorator weight fabric. I think that's what's called. It's thick. And I have some curtains to make. I have some, like a section in my closet I want to do to cover up a certain area. And just make it cutesy and all that kind of stuff. So I got a lot of that to look forward to in the next coming weeks. And I think that is all of my haul for now. I did want to show, sorry I stuck it down here somewhere. I did want to show my collar and cotton flosses. I know most of you have already seen this because this is late in the month, but this is August. This is, let's see, paving stones, brass, winter prairie, lamb's wool, and legato. I just think all their colors are gorgeous. Then we have, I don't know where that came from. Or did it fall off of there? Who knows? Oh no, it came out of that moth. Sorry, I'm losing it. This one is Acadia, Anchors Away. Look at that deep blue. Isn't that gorgeous? Sandcastle, Moonlight, and Rustling Leaves. I hope you can see those. Next up we have in the neutrals, Drummer's Drumming, Yuletide, Broomstick, Seaweed, and Mahogany. Look at that. Pretty. So there's that, and I don't know where the fabric is because I am in the fabric club, but I probably put it up in a project somewhere because usually when I get their fabric, it goes right away into something. Let's see. What's last? What's next? What's all the things? So, I have one more haul thing. Y'all don't think I'm crazy. Well, y'all can. I don't care. I probably am. A little bit at least. When I go to retreats, I'm always looking for things to help me with my packing, maneuvering, carrying things can be a lot. So I'm always readjusting how I pack, what I carry and all the stuff. And I have this Academy cart because most of the time I drive to retreats. I very rarely fly. But when I use my Academy wagon, it's been very helpful. But it's also big and bulky to put in the car and, get in and get out and all the things can be kind of cumbersome. But I found this new bag. And I wish I had a video of modeling it for my husband to explain why I needed this bag because he was not convinced at first. Till I showed him and how well it rolled and all the things, but I wish I had a video of that because I'm sure the look on his face was like, whatever. But this is, brace yourself, the Hulkin bag. And it is durable. It has really nice wheels on the bottom that are very durable. There are 3 handles. There's 2 on the side and then 1 on the front so you can just pull it along. And it has this like really thick plastic over the handle so it's, durable. It zips all the way closed on top. It looks like a giant lunchbox. But you put all your stuff in there and then you towed it along. And they had a sale. I think it was buy 2, get free shipping. I bought a big one and then I bought a smaller one just for whatever, who knows what. But anyway, it rolls so easily. And their little motto, slang, what is the word I'm looking for? Slogan. That's what I'm looking for. Their slogan is schlepping made easy. And I thought, well, that just sold me right there because that's what we're always doing is just schlepping things along behind us at these retreats, getting all out of the car and to the room and all the things. So anyway, I'm excited to use this. And if I didn't say this already, I probably forgot. I don't know if I did, but in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I don't know, sometime soon, going to be at Stitching in the Wild, the Grand Retreat in Alabama. So I'm excited for that. So I'll get to use my bag. And the cousins will be there and some other Stitchy friends. So it'll be a good time to get in trouble and have a blast. So looking forward to that. What else? I think I have talked about all that. I think the last thing on my list is, I've said this before, the fall, I cannot wait for September 1st. This week I'm making my husband get out all my fall decor from the storage building, and so I can put that up soon and just get things going. It's the season of change. I love the fall. Love everything about the fall. I love, of course in Texas we don't get fall till like the end of November as far as weather goes, but for the most part we'll just turn the air conditioner down and light a pumpkin spice candle or something. And I've already been to Starbucks for the pumpkin. There was a new pumpkin something and it was delicious. And I also tried the apple chai something or another. I don't recommend that one. I love chai, but that one was not it. So anyway, one of the big things about this time of year is Nashville Needlework Market. So I always get excited in the fall about the releases, charts released in the fall, more so than in the spring. They're all gorgeous, of course, but the fall ones always excite me. And I know I'm not going to be able to remember everybody because there's been so many good ones, but some of my favorite ones were Emily Call. She has some cute patterns coming out. Erin Elizabeth has some adorable patterns. Patriotic You, cute. Let's see. I'm trying to think of who else was Primrose. Always. What do the young kids say these days? Chef's kiss for sure. Their patterns are so cute this season. Of course, always. But I love the Halloween stuff. So cute. Let's see. Shelly Fry. New patterns. So exciting. I love them. Can't wait to get my hands. There's one. I forget what it's called, but I'm going to order it soon. So I'm excited for those. Let's see. Lori Holt's quilting book that's coming out. Of course, I've already pre-ordered that, but I'm excited to get my hands on that copy and see what all I can do, come up with that. Now that I have my room to work in, I actually have some space, so I'm hoping to get some more things done. And I have my new design wall. I use I forget which tutorial I use because I watched so many, but let me tell you a funny story. This line on here drives me nuts because it looks crooked, but it's just the way they folded it. I went to Joann's to get a big piece of batting and, just get the cheap stuff for this little project. But I did the curbside pickup because I wasn't about to go in. It was one of those days where you're tired, you don't want to do anything. And I got the bag and went home, and a couple days later I was like, oh, okay, I'm going to work on that project. Would you not know, I pulled out that batting and I wanted to call them and say, did y'all lose your mop or your Swiffer or whatever for the floor? Because I'm pretty sure they used that whole thing of batting to clean the floor in that store. Half of it had like a huge hairball. Not this one, because I got new stuff because I threw that away. I didn't even want to deal with it, and I bought this at Hobby Lobby. But it was solid black on one side, had huge hairballs on the other, and I thought, how in the world did they cut that off? Not to mention, it looked like an alligator had chewed it up to cut it off. It was not cut any so what straight whatsoever. So I was so disappointed, but it's just one of those things. You just throw away and move on. You don't even want to deal with going back to deal with all that. So I thought that was crazy. But I forgot. I lost my train of thought. I was talking about Lori Holt, I believe. Sorry. So I'm excited to get to work on some of her stuff. And I do believe she has a video about, I think it was yesterday she released about the snowman quilt. There was a video that she posted about that new snowman quilt. So I'm going to check that out later. And if you haven't seen, I'm sure you have, her sewing room tour. It is amazing. I just want to go over there and sit with my little machine and sew away with her. But we can all dream. Let's see. What else? I think that may be about it. I think I've taken up enough of your time today. I'm so glad you joined me. I'm so glad to be back. I missed you guys. Truly, truly, truly missed you guys. And bear with me while I get my bearings, trying to get back in, get my feet underneath me. Like I said, you've all been so kind reaching out to me, and truly grateful. Let's see. Last thing is I'm going to have a giveaway. Now, this might be easy to win, which, whatever, because I don't have any subscribers on this new channel. But I hope that you like and subscribe and share with your friends and all that kind of fun stuff, because I want to be able to get back and reach out to those people that we once had connections with, in hopes that I can too catch up with their floss tubes. I've been doing that as well. Sorry, there's something on my table. Doing that as well, catching up on floss tubes. It's been a lot of driving time, so I've been playing that. My dad's like, there are this many people that do these floss tube videos, and I said, yeah. He's like, I never would have thought. I said, Dad, you watch how many episodes of UFOs and searching for Bigfoot and whatever else? There are plenty of people that watch cross stitch and stuff, so I thought that was kind of funny. But anyway, I'm going to have a giveaway, and I'm going to, in the honor of a new season for a lot of people, my own new season, I want to give away two winners, 2 charts, whichever new pattern of your choosing that is released in Needlework Market. It doesn't matter the designer. It doesn't matter really anything. It's you choose. You tell me. So when I come back from my next video, I'm hoping to be about 3 weeks. It won't be more than a month, but I will pick 2 winners, and then I'll message you, or you can message me and let me know which chart you choose. But to win that, just leave a comment below. Tell me what you're most excited about for fall. What excites you this time of year, or if you don't like fall, just something about fall. I know for me, I look forward to football starting. My parents are having the fantasy football draft this weekend, and that's always a good time. They know how to throw a big shindig down there. Last year, my dad smoked a whole gator on the green egg, so who knows what we're having this year. It's probably something good. But I'm excited for that. I'm excited for marching band season, and all the new things to come. Time in my sewing room and whatnot. So thank you guys for joining me. I hope that you like, share, subscribe, all the good things. If you follow me on Instagram, most of you already do. sassysouthernsstitcher.megan. That's going to be linked below. I will try to link as much as I can in the description of today. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. And I look forward to seeing you guys next time.